Fellow YouTuber Wesley Bryan has been suspended by the PGA Tour.
Old news, Mick. That was ages ago.
That is old news, correct. Did you not know?
I didn't know that.
Didn't? Okay.
That's
so he played.
shocking to
And
me.
you guys, Potter.
I do, yeah.
He's going to ask for it back now.
He's already asking for it
Jacob's
back.
partner is Wesley.
I don't have his
He doesn't have it. He's lost
He
it.
played in the Live Duels events,
Yep.
which were 9-hole scrambles. I think he played in 3 of them. And the PGA Tour said, "Cool, if that's what you want to do, you ain't coming back. You're suspended. Fine." However, Live have now started reopening the door. The PGA Tour have now started reopening the door to players who went to Live to actually play there. Not just to play in exhibitions for the internet, but to actually play in their tournaments. So we've seen Brooks Koepka come back. We've seen Patrick Reed make it clear that he's not going back to Live. He's going to be back on the PGA Tour. And a change.org petition has popped up on the internet with over 10,000 signatures saying that the PGA Tour should lift the ban on Wesley Bryan and allow him a path back to the PGA Tour. What do we think?
The change position's a bit funny, isn't it?
I just...
Especially also only 10,000 signatures. How many subscribers are we looking at?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's co-sanctioned by
No,
Wes.
no.
If he had if he had mentioned it,
At what point do they have to mention it in Parliament? Isn't that a rule?
100,000, I think.
I'm very iffy on the whole situation, to be honest, because I didn't really have issue with him being suspended in the first place, because there was a lot at the time. There was a lot of, I felt, from creators and and we didn't. No one really knew kind of where they stood with a lot of things, but there was a lot of kind of what we've said about before about, you know, wanting and eating cake from multiple different locations.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of that going on anyway. And he would have known doing this. He would have known the effects that was going to come.
People,
yeah, he would have asked.
Told.
If you do it, you're going to get suspended, and that's the end of it. Now the issue, and I can understand why the irritation would be, is that the PGA Tour are opening the doors to other people coming back, yet they are still digging their heels in with Wes. And obviously people are saying, you know, well, you know, he went and it was just a YouTube thing and it was just but it was a live sanctioned thing.
It represents the same thing that the tournament represents.
The live players were in there. It represents the tournament that's there. Like, I understand that it was on YouTube and I understand that it was an exhibition in the sense, but they were playing for money, which apparently now he's come out and said that he actually was never going to be able to win the money in the first place. But whether he was going to win the money or not,
money's not really bad.
He has played in a live event. I'm sorry, like, it is a live event.
It's about the promotion of the brand, and if you're promoting the competitor of the tour that you are on,
yeah,
and they don't like that, then they're not going to like that, are they?
And don't hear what I'm saying. I'm still think it's stupid that the fact that he hasn't been able to come back because of the fact that they've allowed Koepka and Reed and all these people. Like, it does seem so insignificant in the scheme of things compared to what the other people have done. But let's not diminish the fact that he did actually go and play something live related. Like, it was. Like, we can't argue that. Like, it was a thing. So it seems petty and it seems stupid. And the reason why there's so much kickback on it now is because of the fact that all these other guys are coming back for doing so much more. And that was obviously where it doesn't feel quite right. And, you know, unfortunately in Wes's case, even though he probably does have a bigger pull than most of the people playing on the PGA Tour right now, and a lot of people would be interested, especially if he went to go play his first round back. But again, the same thing I always find when they put people like Wes and George when he's been in fields and things like that, the PGA Tour still don't nail the fact that they might as well just show the two of them play their whole rounds of golf, and people would much rather see them shoot 20 over par than see, unfortunately, Freddie Shott and Callum Hill and people like that go and win golf tournaments. Like, that's just kind of where the lay of the land in golf is at the minute, and how much of a hold the content creators and people like that have on the space. So they do need to come to some sort of arrangement. They do need to find a way to kind of go, look, this is a little bit stupid. We can't be allowing these people coming back who have taken so much money and gone and really represented Live on the main stage for X amount of years. They've gone and played the main event. Wes has played a live event. It is a live event. I know it was on YouTube channels, but, you know, there's live branding all over it. It's got live players in it. But it is stupid that he hasn't been able to come back because But then again, it's like, what, you know, I don't know. To me, I feel like he doesn't necessarily really want to come back. I feel like he just wants to play YouTube golf.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where his mindset is now. I might be completely wrong. I know that obviously a lot of the American guys are kind of rallying around this, like, let's get Wes back on the PGA Tour thing.
It's a story, isn't it?
It is a story.
You can get hold of it.
So I mean, I do think it's silly. I do think the suspension should probably be dropped. I do think they probably need to find a way to make it work. Especially the PGA Tour's stance kind of went out the door when they started letting other people come in.
The PGA Tour's position is sort of muddied, and so, like, from their point of view, they're obviously welcoming Patrick Reed and Brooks Koepka back in because they think it helps their brand. And, like, if they're going to go down that route and it's not about the morality issue, then they might as well let Wes in as well, because he helps their brand.
Yeah.
More than Patrick Reed and Brooks Koepka,
yeah.
unfortunately for them guys.
Yeah. I say, I think the suspension should be dropped. I think he should be allowed to go back and play. Whether that looks very different, because obviously he's not coming back as a major champion. You know, I imagine if they say to him that you can lift it, but you're probably going to have to do a lot of groundwork to get back onto the PGA Tour. Yeah. I don't think they'll let him come in and play.
No, they can do that. They can do the same as, like, with Reed. Like, you don't just get to come back. You have to earn it back and all that.
Yeah, the other thing that if Wes was really adamant that he wanted to go back and play on the PGA Tour, go and play on the DP World Tour for a few events and win something and, you know, get yourself there.
Yeah, he doesn't just deserve to be gifted his place.
I will say as well, obviously, they've obviously come out and said that he couldn't win the money, but from my understanding of, you know, being boots on the ground and hearing stuff from these events, is that there was money exchanged for them to be in these things.
Yes.
So, you know, there's that element to it as well. Like, whether or not he did or didn't take money, like, there is still the uncertainty around that, to go and play in something that is live fueled.
It may not be the same amount as Koepka took, but
no.
Wes did take the live money.
It definitely wasn't that. But no, it is a shame, because I say it's like for our community as well, and like being from the YouTube space, like having someone who is a PGA Tour winner who I really enjoy spending time with. I think he's a really nice guy. Like, he's always had time for us. Thank you for your putter.
You're never getting it back.
Never getting that back.
Yeah, come and find me.
Come pick it up from my house.
Yeah. No, him and George have always been so hospitable and welcoming, and like, we've been to Selena multiple times and stuff. So, like, from a personal standpoint, I think it is stupid. I'd love to see him back on, but like, I think like there's been a bit of a over exaggeration or overreaction from the community more than them, about like, it wasn't, you know, it was stupid, it's only a 9 hole. I know it was minimal in comparison to what the other guys have done, but you know, he knew what he was doing. He, like you say, he would have spoken to people, he would have known that, okay, if you go and play in this, like, this is what's going to happen. So, you know, the suspension would not have been a surprise. He's in that position now because of the decisions he's made. Now he wants to get back, well, so if he wants to or not, I don't know, but now people are saying let's get him back on. It's the same position of like, well, I don't feel great about Koepka and Reed coming back, but it is now. That's what it is. You can't really do anything about it. And that's kind of where I say with the PGA's Tour situation as it is, they've muddied their waters, as Sam says, and they've made it harder for us to kind of really say, well, no, because, well, they have let people back. And it's for so much more.
It's like it's like the door to the club is open, but they've got a very picky bouncer.
Yeah. Like, what is it? Like, what is it?
Even the major thing, that made sense. And then you go, oh, well, it can kind of be anyone who wants to. It's a bit like, oh, well, where are we all sitting here? Well,
because I guess, you know, if you take it as a, you know, if there was someone from Live now who came out and said, I really want to get back onto the PGA Tour, but it is someone who wasn't a prolific winner on the tour and hasn't won a major, and, you know, what would be the response to that?
The answer from the PGA Tour is always going to be anyone who it looks like they're snubbing Live to return to the PGA Tour is a win for the PGA Tour. It's like someone who's like casting that aside and telling the world that that's a bad product and they don't want it anymore, and they really want to go back to the halcyon days of golf,
come back to
PGA Tour, then they're going to be like, yeah, cool, do that.
So does Liv need to make a like anti-Liv? Does Wes need to make like an anti-Liv propaganda video?
I mean,
where he's like, Liv's terrible.
Wes was getting proper offers from the Liv all the time about all this stuff that he could do, and he was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore because I really want to play on the PGA Tour. But what's currently happening is vilification of the PGA Tour for not letting him in, and so they're going to be like, well, why would we do that? It just makes us look bad.